Boom 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 boom. Alors oh, il est beau quand même le jeu. Alors des rivières rouges. Tac. I'm glub 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 this shower da she would da. Pembroke Hospital. Bon. Ok. Je suis là. Ah. Merde, il est passé où le docteur là? Ah, il est là. Parce que c'est le docteur que je connais pas là. Il était sur la chaise normalement. Ok.
Reed, yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swans's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Ah ouais.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives.
Il est moche, il est pas beau.
Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure. But my young colleague obviously disagrees.
Why do you wish to leave this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
En fait, je pense que le mec il a juste un peu d'ego quoi.
I really hope you're right about this, Dr. Ackroyd. I'm trusting your judgment on this.
I'm not the kind of man who runs away from his responsibilities, Dr. Reed. There is no need for you to be looking over my shoulder.
And are you not afraid that your rival, Strickland, may be blinded?
Un peu beaucoup, ouais.
I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish and let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I've always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become distressed.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here.
Par contre, vu que j'ai jamais fini le jeu, genre je me pose la question, mais comment le jeu va finir? Genre est-ce qu'il va mourir? Est-ce que... Bon, en fait j'en sais rien.
To be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
Très bonne question. Avez-vous un problème avec moi?
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence on this hospital without asking anyone's advice. The benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Doctor. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
You are going to change your tone with me, my dear colleague, and very quickly.
I don't think so. Perhaps you think yourself protected by Dr. Swansea, but I am still a free man, and I will speak to you the way I want.
Bizarre.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit
Ouais, il est chiant lui en fait.
those men to improve your
Lui, je vais le
theory.
tuer, c'est sûr. Hein. Et lui, attends. Level 4, putain. Ah, fait chier. Ah, c'est chiant. Level 4. C'est... Je le tuerai un jour. M'en fous, je le tuerai un jour. Un jour, j'aurai le niveau. Un jour, j'aurai le niveau de charme. Il verra. J'ai sauvé de nombreuses vies. Le savoir est notre meilleure arme. Je n'ai pas, mais j'ai sauvé de nombreuses vies.
Knowledge has always been and will remain our main weapon, and it has always come at a price.
Ah lui, non mais lui je le bute. Hein. C'est bon,
It
on
is
m'a
not a
énervé.
question of initiative. It is a question of integrity. These men and women have put their faith in us, Dr. Reed.
Ah bon, un peu chiant quoi. Un peu chiant le boy.
We'll talk later.
Du coup maintenant je crois que je connais tout le monde du quartier. Ah, il m'en manque un. Ouais, donc je connais tout le monde. À part du coup un seul. C'est un peu, ouais, un peu un mec bourgeois comme... Ah c'est vrai, Oswald. Ah oui merde, il faut que je lui file des trucs mais... Ah c'est bon, il est en bonne santé, c'est parfait. Vu que j'avais filé le médicament. Sinon ils sont tous en bonne santé hein. Machallah hein. À part lui, du coup, mal de tête. Mais mal de tête, faut que je trouve déjà les papiers pour. Parce qu'il faut trouver des papiers pour pouvoir... Ah, bah il est là, le mec. Attends. What the fuck? Attends, mais... Ah mais non, c'est juste le mec ici en fait. Ah, c'est le mec qui est dans le lit. Attends, je vais t'aller de vite rapide, ok. Ok, donc elle c'est que c'est une femme du coup. On va aller faire la mission. Ah, Tippett et Swansea qui... Enfin, Brannigan qui sort de nulle part. Soit. On a Whitechapel. Let's go. Je crois que c'est un quartier un peu chaud là-bas. Ouais. Ouais. C'est bon, je suis là. Blablabla. Fini aussi. Allez, go. Tenez le couvre-feu, c'est mon sanitaire officiel. Wow. Bon, là, Colombe, on entre dans Whitechapel. C'est un endroit plutôt chaud, grave. Et voilà. C'est vrai qu'on connaît pas beaucoup de personnes du coup ici. Tac. Et c'est un endroit du coup en qualité grave. Donc on va croiser des scales ou les gens qui sont pas forcément très bons en points. Je sais que là-haut, là je crois il y a un scale niveau 14, un truc comme ça. Niveau 18, ok. Parce que je me souvenais, hein, genre je me suis déjà fait bouillave parce que j'ai tenté de geler. Putain, il gueule beaucoup lui par contre. Hein. Putain, putain, il arrête pas de gueuler, oh. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Pfiou. Oh non, ça recommence à bug. Oh putain de merde. Bon. D'accord, délai du serveur dépassé, mais oui, allez, bien sûr. Brûler en enfer, hé. Ah, pour le coup, ce serait moi qui devrais brûler en enfer parce que eux, c'est un peu des chasseurs, quoi, on va pas se mentir. Zut, ouais, je suis obligé de regarder tes messages comme ça, du coup. Du coup, c'est... Ah, ils sont beaucoup, dis donc. Level 16. Y'a pas un moyen de... Si. Si. Oh. Bah déjà, il y a des rats. Déjà de 1. Et il y a un refuge. C'est répugnant, oui, je pense. Mais bon, c'est la rue, hein. Tac, tac. Un peu d'huile. Petit truc. Ah c'est bon, mon chat il est un peu revenu, mais pas trop la vidéo. Ok, j'ai des petits trucs vite fait. On va peut-être dépenser dans les seringues, parce que les seringues je n'utilise jamais quasiment. Tac, est-ce que... déjà j'ai pas regardé si j'avais beaucoup d'XP, je suis un peu con. Ah non, j'en ai pas. Je suis con en fait. J'ai plein de taches de rousseur qui sont apparues. Ah, les taches de rousseur. C'est dommage qu'on puisse pas les prendre de haut, tu sais, genre comme ça, là, quand t'es en hauteur et que tu puisses, je sais pas, genre spawn dessus. Aïe. Yeah. Deducing. Ok, on peut accéder ici. Ah merde, je pouvais même pas l'assommer parce qu'en fait il y a... Ah putain, j'avais les rats. Le rat. Se dissimule parmi l'homme.
This is despicable.
Putain quoi, dégénère souvent en pneumonie. Ok. Aïe 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 aïe. Let's go. Ah oui, il est fort au corps à corps. Est-ce que t'es fort avec ça? Ah tiens, hein. Petit chien, va. J'avais pas vu qu'il était fort au corps à corps depuis tout à l'heure, je mets des gros coups dans la gueule mais ça marche pas. Hé hé, bye. Tac, ça fait du stuff. Alors, on doit accéder par ici. Je peux. Whitechapel.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow.
Ah, d'accord, c'est juste un truc de stuff. Grande boîte de pilules. On aime, on aime. Nice. Ah bah il y a des gens là-bas. Ah. Bon, on va essayer de connaître un peu les gens.
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if you meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off,
Do you need assistance?
please. Feeling tired these days.
Ah, je suis crevé.
There you go. Let's hope nobody steals it from you.
Very funny.
Essayez.
What happened? Did you really steal that man's medication?
Hey, I didn't do anything. It ain't me.
All right. Perhaps the poor drunk just confused you with someone else.
Sod off, mister. You ain't got no clue what's going on here. Bastard was a soldier in the war, so now he's got the right to shoot me.
It's true. I'm not familiar with this part of town. Perhaps you could help.
I said sod off. Go find yourself another guide.
Ils sont pas très commodes dans cette enfin dans bref. Ah.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? If you know anything about her, I'd appreciate it.
Never heard of her. She's pretty, I'll keep an eye out.
Bye, young man.
Récupération, du coup là je vais faire récupérer. Ah bah attends, il est niveau 1. Niveau 1 de charme. Benjamin Palmer. Hehe.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you promise me to set your gun aside?
No. Look, I'm not a violent man. I'm Benjamin Palmer, doctor. No one can help me. Not even you.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
Traitement de la migraine.
I will see you later.
Ah ouais, j'ai pas ça moi, truc de la tête encore.
What can you tell me about this place?
Nothing to say, really. This is where I used to
Chelou lui. Non, il a l'air gentil, mais juste un peu shooté en fait. La migraine en plus, ça shoot. Hein.
You mean you used to have a better life?
Yeah, I had a wife, a home, and a job. I even used to have a name. Now I'm just begging and trying.
Ouais.
You don't have anywhere to go. No family that would welcome you.
Not since the death of my wife, Albert Smuller. She was sick, you see. Long before the flu and all this shit.
It's a flu.
Perhaps you could focus for a moment and tell me your troubles.
I'm sick, broke, and my son just stole my pills. Everything's coming up roses.
Mhm.
What is it, Benjamin? It was the war, wasn't it? Your nerves are shot, aren't they? I need some answers, Private. From one soldier to another.
The doctors called me a liar, coward. Put me in a straitjacket, locked me up. Finally, they sent me back to the front lines with a handful of tablets.
It's a pity that doctors still practice such barbaric methods. It's a dishonor to our profession.
Now only the pills stop me thinking about this shit. To not hear the explosions. I'm even scared of the dark these days.
Ok.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Craig from the...
Intéressant.
It's funny, I've been searching for her too. I need some pills. The woman is a phantom, if you ask me.
Really? And why is that?
The word is she ain't real. She's a cover for some doctor who runs an illegal...
Putain, encore délai dépassé, je sais pas quoi. M'énerve.
A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
Migraine. Lui j'ai récupération, fatigue. Il y a son père. Il va falloir que je marche. Là on a... Ah je la connais elle. Oui, je l'ai déjà parlé.
Good evening, men.
In a miraculous cure for this unknown and deadly epidemic.
Actually, I am.
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you in perfect health.
Ça c'est une femme aussi belle, aussi riche au milieu de la rue. C'est ce que j'avais... Ce que j'ai aussi commencé la série de Forest sur Colfix. Juste... Vraiment... Ah.
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir.
Bah c'est cool.
I'm Loretta Swanborough, and it's always a pleasure to meet a fellow healer.
Ok. Faisons... Attends, est-ce qu'elle a des médicaments? Migraine. Hein. Migraine, maux de tête. Non, pas du tout, elle a juste des... Ok, elle a de la codéine. La permanganate. L'opium, ça j'en ai pas trop besoin. Fiole de verre, oh, ça j'en ai beau. J'en ai un peu besoin, l'hypocrolite. Codéine, après ça je m'en fous un peu. Je vais en prendre un chacun là. J'ai plus de pièces. Sinon armes et modules, échantillons et ingrédients. C'est vrai que j'ai beaucoup de tartare ferreux. Mais... Ah c'est 3 pièces. Opium j'en ai pas beaucoup par contre. C'est vrai que là la permanganate j'en ai vraiment besoin. Traitement pour le rhume, sinon ça c'est de l'anémie. Tac. Après sinon je peux lui vendre ça, une alliance. Faible valeur à la rendre, ouais. Pour mon ganat, ouais. Mais c'est que c'est que je l'ai que sur mon tel, pas sur mon PC. De quoi tu l'as que sur ton tel? Merde.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Du coup, question personnelle. On n'a pas de questions perso. Attends, j'imagine que ce bilan de santé est plutôt bien. Hein.
I wonder if your concoction will do the trick.
I'm perfectly fine thanks to my miraculous elixir.
Bah oui.
You, on the other hand, look pale and tired, Doctor.
Bah oui, forcément qu'elle va bien. Force niveau 3, ok. Forcément qu'elle va bien. C'est un peu une marchande de médoc, mais. Enfin, de résidus de médoc.
Who intrigues you most?
Permanganate, la
Reading
série A.
itself is something to see, but I would say
Je connais pas.
Camellia the mute florist who gives away her flowers.
Qu'en pensez-vous des jeunes d'ici? Peut-être qu'elle nous en faire des informations.
Most of them are afraid or desperate. They all come to me eventually for my remedy.
De résidus. De quoi des résidus? Qu'est-ce qu'il y a de drôle?
Is there anyone I should
Cadogan Bates, without a doubt. The bloody bastard remorselessly exploits poor migrants.
Ouais, du coup, il n'y a pas grand chose. Nurse Crane.
Nurse Dorothy Crane from Pemberton? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like to talk about competition.
Competition, you say?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some sort of medical care to the poor. The whole thing has to be some sort of scam, if you ask me.
Goodbye, Miss Swan. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Alors. Bon, bah ça part sur une track. Hein. Ah oui. Elle va pas nous ouvrir, il va falloir qu'on entre dans notre moyen.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I'm looking for Nurse Dorothy Crane.
There is no Dorothy Crane here. Now goodbye.
I'm afraid this medical says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door right now. Go bother someone else, Mr. Doctor.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Alors. Je peux pas monter là. Oh, c'est triste. Alors. Oui, ici. Oui. Après, on va le regarder aller là-bas. Comme ça, voilà. Comment je suis censé faire là? What the fuck? T'as reçu l'autre message? Oh! De résidus MDR, t'as reçu l'autre message? Bah je sais pas. Et voilà.
Strange man was at the door with the pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be for Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
It's a Nidocott. No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw
Oui, mais
him
c'est j'ai pas dû.
drifting around St. Mary's Church.
Tous les messages que sur mon tel. Ah bon?
Just downwind.
C'est bizarre. Tout le reste, les choses sur le P. Ah merde! Oui, j'ai vu le truc. Il me voit pas là? Bah alors, on est aveugle! Oui, station de Whitechapel. Richard Nittercott et Clayton Darby. Soit. Je vais juste parler un peu à tout.
please take a browse of my
Ah oui, j'avais déjà parlé lui aussi.
I would like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
Do you need help, sir?
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
Ah oui.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
What you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can remember, this part of town.
Et c'est bizarre qu'ils voient pas les skulls. Je trouve ça chelou, moi.
Violence is increasing in the bar.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby.
Bizarre.
I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets and tools. Too bad I was mugged though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Have you been hurt?
No, but that's only because I ran like hell. Those men were raving lunatics, I tell you. Not even able to
Mes
speak
jambes à mon
anymore,
cul.
just screaming.
Il a dit mes jambes à mon cul.
Have you heard of a nurse called Dorothy Crane?
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is a nurse then. Always thought she was just some crafty foreigner, that one.
What the fuck. Bien sûr, c'est de la faute des immigrés. Ouah. Oh non, les créateurs là, ils ont fait une vanne raciste là. Elle essaie simplement d'aider.
So she's trying to help her fellow immigrants. Why would that make her a villain?
Ouah.
Crane ain't even a real name.
Ah ouais.
Something like
Là, les développeurs, ils ont craqué là. Ils ont voulu faire leur petite blague là.
England fleeing the war, I was told.
That doesn't explain why she irritates you so much.
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away medical supplies and prescriptions for free. I offered to sell it for a fair cut, but no. Miss Crane wanted to play the quiet saint.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Level 4. Fine. I'll do it myself. Bonjour.
Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really?
Ah mais oui, c'est de l'église.
Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson's son, a Colossus Joe to most, and I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
Can I offer you my medical expertise, Mr. Peterson?
The name is Colossus Joe. I don't
Je suis Colossus Joe, je tombe jamais malade. Ok, bon.
May I ask what you do around here?
I do whatever I want, and sometimes even more. Now sod off.
Have you heard of a nurse named
Encore plus moche, ouais.
She's a colleague of mine, and is...
Ils sont tous mécontents ici. Hein.
Right. Yeah, I know him. One of the few good souls who dare to help the sick around here.
Could you please tell me more about her?
She's a nice girl. Tries to help the migrants. I offered to give her a hand, but she said my reputation would attract too much attention.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson. Trouver Clayton. I must find Clayton. Bonjour monsieur.
Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the
Les mortels.
Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan
Je parle à un prêtre là quand même, alors que je suis un vampire. Hein.
Few questions.
A scientist. You are much more lost than I thought.
Vous êtes bien plus perdu que je le pensais. Allez.
Fear getting sick yourself.
I've been touched by God's grace. I am perfectly healthy.
Mortel, ouais.
Have you any friends? Any family left in these terrible times?
Chica Vampyr, wesh.
But I have a disciple I see as my son. He is so devout. I sent him to preach the good word in the heart of this corrupting city.
Where did you send him?
I sent Samuel to the Stonebridge Cemetery, where the pestilence and evil grows night after night.
Ah oui. Ok.
You sent him on some preaching crusade during the epidemic.
As a true believer, Samuel will fear no evil while
Yeah.
he walks through the valley of the shadow of death.
Fine.
Do you know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital? I'd like to know more about her.
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurses, but I especially abhor that Nurse Crane you mentioned.
Why do you hate Nurse Crane more than other nurses?
Before coming to London, she was a member of the communist resistance in our country. That's what happens when you let a woman get involved in politics.
Aïe 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 aïe.
So you're not exactly a fan of Florence Nightingale's work. But nurses are essential for modern healthcare.
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients. It's obvious only they have the necessary moral fibre.
Ah ouais. Lui il est bien sexiste, tu vois. La bonne, bah après tu vois c'est les idéaux, enfin c'est les idéaux de l'époque hein. Je crois qu'il faut que je passe par derrière pour aller derrière dans le jardin là. Ouais. Je passe là. Ah une skull. Avec un petit gang. So. Richard dans la zone. Tac, on va passer par là. Je crois qu'il est là, Richard. Hein. Alors, Richard. Bonsoir.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest.
Richard, c'est lui.
Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes.
Ah, il a l'air sympa lui au moins.
Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
Ok.
May I ask what you're doing?
Richard le clochard. Mais c'est pas gentil ça. C'est le seul gentil, toi tu l'insultes.
Enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me, especially with strangers.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor. All
Essaie de faire des rimes. C'est pas cool ça. Richard se remplit le plumard.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in this city?
terrible, you say? No. Of course, death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words would have touched her sensitive nature. I only see a dreadful disease.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauties. You should be more
the nutrition of my mind is
Pour le rhume, ok.
my physical health. But I appreciate your concerns.
Alors on a Screen.
A few questions about the district.
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you if I can.
I'm looking for Dorothy
Le
Crane,
rhume.
a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of it.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Mhm.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Niveau 3. À chaque fois je regarde le niveau de charme. En mode je vais les buter alors que pas du tout, tu vois. À toi mon bébé, à toi ma future femme, y'a des trucs à respecter si tu veux qu'on y aille. Jusqu'au bout, je sais que t'as kiffé. Ça se voit à ton sourire. Ah mais oui, dans le pot de fleurs, y'a pas une clé ou un truc comme ça, attends. Petit bouquet de fleurs dans lequel est caché un bon. Oui, voilà. Parce que, oui, voilà, Camélia. En fait, Camélia, je crois que c'est la meuf, elle est muette. Elle est muette et du coup... Et en fait, elle fait du trafic, je crois. Ouais, elle est muette, attends. Ouais.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger. It's a girl on the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispenser. A stubborn and renewed comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu.
Hehe.
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with it, does it? Very well. Goodbye then.
Niveau 5. Ah ouais, ça déconne pas. Alors... Where is Clayton? Maybe him?
Excuse me, sir.
Ah,
Are you
Clayton.
familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry.
Ah,
I'm
journaliste.
new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, a famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm afraid one of the nurses from the Pembroke Hospital may be involved in unsavory activities.
Ah, could it be Dorothy Crane?
Without a doubt, you are a damned fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out.
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Ah,
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
non, je lui ai pas demandé si... Oh, fatigue. Bah, je peux le soigner.
Doctor, can I help you? Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught you in my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risk.
Ouais, ouais. Tac.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Trouver la boîte aux lettres et le courrier abandonné. Ah oui. Ah oui, c'est la pute. C'est la pute du quartier là. Je l'avais oublié elle. Y'a rien ici. Tobacco. Trouver la boîte aux lettres. Ah bah tiens, voilà. Je voulais juste fouiller la poubelle, c'est parce que d'habitude il y a du stuff dans la poubelle, mais bah, j'ai trouvé. Nice.
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him.
Bon, j'ai juste une poubelle, je me suis dit tiens. Vas-y, attends, on va parler à la pute.
What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling, but I'd like to ask you a few questions if I may. I'm a doctor, Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
On me paye pour ouvrir la bouche.
Do you need any
Putain.
assistance, Miss Bond?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I'm shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion.
Ah.
I'm
Pour ouvrir
so
la
used to
bouche.
liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Tu sors moi une pute. Une pute.
Tell me about yourself.
Are you joking with me? People don't usually come to see me for conversation.
I have no interest in your work. I am, however, curious as to what led you to this life.
Short story. The war, exile, and England. This country is not especially welcoming. I've been refused many jobs because of where I am from. I had few options left.
I always thought I was the master of my own fate.
Les B.
But now I know the cowards who control our lives. I don't judge you.
You know, this money is not only for me. I have good reasons to need this money quickly. But it is not your concern, Doctor.
Niveau 4 de charme. Papa
You
part.
know Nurse Dorothy Crane from the Pembroke Hospital. Anything you can tell me about her would be helpful.
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and many others.
You seem to respect her.
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel. Everyone should respect them.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Bon, let's go, allez, du coup. Moi, je sais ce qui va se passer, mais du coup, je spoil pas quand même ce qui va se passer chez Dorothy Crane.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Niveau de charme 2 requis. Ah.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse
Tic, tic.
Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see
Mais pas
we're
tic
on
tic.
the same side?
Ok,
We
pas
fight
tic
to
tic.
help the poor,
Connexion.
and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Potter.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though.
Oui, connexion. Alors, maison de Darius Petrescu. On est dans la maison de Darius Petrescu. Moi je fouille direct des shillings, ça j'aime bien ça. J'aime bien. Toujours plus de shillings. Est-ce qu'on peut lui parler un coup là? Mais en fait je sais plus comment on fait pour augmenter le charme du perso. Parce que j'aimerais bien genre juste le grail en fait. Genre il y a entourage, Richard et Camélia forcément. Il a une bronchite. Ah, la plupart des gens sont malades ici. Ils sont tous malades en récupération. Et je les ai tous un peu donné de trucs. Le Gray, ah mais vraiment j'ai envie de le défoncer genre.
Do you need some help, Mr. Chester? I'm very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, doctor.
Traitement de la bronchite, ok.
Well, if you feel all right, that's fine. Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Who is she, really? Do you know where she's from?
She's not from around here, that's all we know. Camellia is not even her name. It's her favorite flower.
You say she has no close family.
Well, there's that awful poet who constantly follows her around like a lost puppy. A good man for sure, but a very poor writer.
So Dorothy's real name is not Crane.
Like myself and many people in this area. Dorothea is from occupied Romania. That's all you need to know.
She seems important to the community.
More than you can imagine.
J'appelle éternué. Ah.
The West End does not want to hear Whitechapel's music.
Ah voilà, t'as le flux espagnol.
Dorothea is one of the few doing something about it.
How did you meet Nurse Crane, Darius? Why does she trust you?
I'm her oldest friend in England. Dorothea and I share many ideas about this country, and about the country we left.
You mean occupied Romania, don't you? Even if not directly, I fought against your enemies.
Really? Then perhaps you have more in common with Dorothea than meets the eye, Dr. Reed.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied, Darius. Tell me more about it.
I know my days are numbered, and I know I won't see my homeland again. But I fought for Romania all my life, and I will until my last breath.
But Romania escaped the grasp of the Austro-Hungarian Empire. It's a free country again.
It is not the country I fought for. My homeland is not appeased, Doctor. I still see a dark future ahead for my people.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Je sais pas du tout comment monter le charme, j'aimerais trop le bouffer sa grand-mère. C'est niveau 9, niveau de charme et niveau de pouvoir et de charme. Et comment on fait? I don't know. Bon, bah, rip. Ah, mais... Attends. Je crois savoir autre chose, donc on va patienter un peu. Je viens de me souvenir d'un truc. Elle est à l'étage, mais je vais fouiller. Elle est à l'étage, je suis monté les escaliers, mais faut d'abord fouiller, parce qu'il y a plein de petits trucs qui peuvent être cachés. Ah. Des shillings. De quoi? Ah. Ah, il a le chétan le ref, hein. Ma chère Dorothy, lorsque tu liras cette lettre, je serai déjà sur le bateau qui vous demandera de mémoire. Ok. Nouvel indice. Dorothy, tu préfères attendre? Bon, pas forcément, non. Oui.
Patient Raz Van Vasily, high fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, head pain, diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
C'est fou parce que ça se voit que c'est la médecine qui passe avant le problème. Tu vois, genre là ils ont un patient, elle est clandestine, elle a trahi le Pembroke Hospital, mais il faut sauver le patient d'abord. Ça me fume.
For the fever and discomfort, liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Thank you, nurse. Anything else I should know?
He did lose consciousness this morning, but he's never had convulsions like these.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel. Hand me that scalpel.
Ah oui, il veut lui ouvrir la gorge.
What can I do, doctor?
Une trachéctomie. Est-ce que vous avez des anesthésiens? Ouais.
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, doctor, none at all.
Ouais, une trachéctomie, bon. Ça va faire mal, hein. Désolé.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to collect passage for air through the neck.
Yes, doctor.
Bon bah bonne chance, hein.
But he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy. Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, doctor.
J'ai envie de voir, moi, la thoraxectomie, là. Hop là.
He's still bleeding, doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you alright, doctor?
I can't see.
Ah. Le retour du vampire.
First, suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, doctor.
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along?
temps arrive. Un peu en retard la colombe.
We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
Et maintenant, c'est parti pour parlementer.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners.
Il va boire. Qu'est-ce que tu racontes? Mais
I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Alors...
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and lied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
Comment ça, il parle pas anglais? Il se fout de ma gueule, là?
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Épargner, je ferme les yeux, vous me démissionnez. Éteindre, je vais en finir une bonne fois pour toutes. Charmer, vous allez oublier toute cette histoire. Tu. Mais je sais pas si je la charme, est-ce que je peux la tuer, genre. Charmé, attends, on va voir.
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go.
Merde, je l'ai pas tué.
All gone.
Oh, niveau de charme augmenté. Je peux pas la... Putain. Je voulais la kill, frère. Je peux plus lui parler. Oh non, ça fait chier, ça. Wesh. Ah, ça se fight et tout. Attends, j'ouvre les trucs d'abord. connard. Putain, bon, je peux pas tuer Dorothy, frère. Je la tuerai plus tard. Aïe. Easy. Bon, par contre, Monsieur Petrescu, c'est pas tout ça, mais
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
en fait, monsieur, enfin, en fait, je vous explique. C'est pas que vous m'avez cassé les couilles, mais c'est que vous m'avez cassé les couilles.
Who will assist Dorothea helping our comrades now that I die?
Soit. Déverrouillé. 100 shillings. Ouh, plaque de plomb. Putain. Il était riche, dis donc. Ça rapporte beaucoup ces affaires, hein. C'est ça qu'on veut. Ouais. Bientôt ce sera notre petite Dorothy qui passera. Parce que bon, je veux que ça cesse, hein, tout ça. Ça m'énerve un peu, tu vois. Donc on va pas trop la laisser en vie, la petite pute. Si tu vois ce que je veux dire. Pute. C'est dommage que ça soit fermé. Je sais pas ce qu'il y a, mais t'inquiète. A baby. A baby crying. En tout cas, j'aime bien parce que je l'ai bien saigné, tu vois. L'autre, j'ai fait du taf là. Ah là, je vais régler son affaire. Putain, il y a des bébés qui pleurent.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
D'escale. Oh! Parfait ça. So, on a toujours pas les trucs ultimes. Ah ouais. Ah ouais. Putain, y a encore l'autre qui gueule là. Ça coûte combien ça? 500, ça va. Je passe level 10, je passe les trucs ultimes. 100 dégâts. On va prendre les ténèbres. Hein. Il faut créer un tourbillon de ténèbres au pied de votre cible. Les ombres prennent vie pour interrompre un ennemi. Bim. Là on en a fait de l'amélioration. Ça, là on en a fait de l'amélioration. Putain. Tac. Et bim, les cas de disparition inexplicable augmentent depuis plusieurs semaines. Elles sont désormais si nombreuses que les témoins doivent faire la queue au poste de police avant de pouvoir raconter ce qu'ils ont vu aux autorités. Et si ce phénomène semble survenir dans tous les pays, tous les témoignages de ces dernières 24 heures concordent vers un seul et unique quartier, Whitechapel à Londres. He's dead. Ouh, on est passé sur le seuil critique. Ça c'est un pilier, donc il faut disparu. Elle a disparu parce qu'on l'a charmé. Intéressant. C'est ça que t'ont affecté l'économie du quartier. Les prix et les produits sur le marché ont peut-être changé. Ah. Joe Patterson. Du coup maintenant j'ai le niveau 2 de charme. Je peux buter du monde. Pas forcément beaucoup, néanmoins. État critique. Ils sont en train de se faire attaquer par des skulls. C'est malin ça. Ah, dès le savoir dépassé, encore une fois. Oh, what? Bonjour. Et encore là on n'a pas encore les prêcheurs hein. C'est que les prêcheurs par contre quand je vais les avoir ça va être chiant ça hein. J'arrive pas à l'avoir parce que j'ai plus d'énergie là. Eh ben dis donc. Oh c'est dommage, ils avaient pas tous du stuff là. Oh non c'est con ça. Putain. Ah même lui. Ah oui y'a nada. Ah c'est chiant ça. Putain dommage. Bon. Oula. De quoi oula? Je Je les ai défoncés. Ah merde, ça s'est fouillé. Il n'y a rien. Bon, soit. Tac. Hop là. Voilà. Bronchite. Hop là. Mine de rien, il y en a beaucoup qui sont atteints de fatigue. Donc, tac. Sepsis, j'en ai jamais vu encore. Néanmoins, c'est toujours bon à analyser. Bah, j'avais pas des trucs à analyser là de base. Ça c'est bon, ça pour les trucs. Après la revente c'est un peu nul, du coup c'est bien à fondre. Voilà. Il y en a beaucoup. Hé hé. Tac, donc là déjà on a fait pas mal. D'accord. C'est vrai que le gun, j'utilise pas le gun, hein. S'en fout un peu, hein. Ma moque. Je peux pas regarder ça? Ah si. Tippett, Strickland et Ockroyd. Thelma. Bah Thelma qui veut devenir une vampire, enfin qui croit être une vampire, je vais la mordre. C'est faux, je vais mordre personne ici. À tes souhaits, merci. Il faut que je fasse merde. Les sous-missions là, voilà ça. Enfin les sous-missions. Des missions aller à la pharmacie. On va suivre ça là. Ah c'est loin la pharmacie, c'est loin. Rencontre à Lady... Ah oui, d'abord je vais aller voir Lady Ashbury. Tac. Ok, Tippett. Milton. Oh lui, Milton, faut que je le tue lui. Alors, Ashbury. Bon, Ashbury vraiment c'est indécent genre. Ah oui c'est vrai.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who
Il
speaks
hurle.
his mind.
Ah.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmail.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, Your Ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire.
Le revoilà. Ah.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Bon, j'ai pas pu l'aider, c'était pour mon frère, c'est pour sa part, mais j'ai rien pu faire. Je peux rien faire.
No vampire or hunter will sleep easy.
D'accord. Attends, je te... Ah d'accord, t'enchaînes les trucs.
Excuse my forwardness, but are you my maker?
Me? Goodness no. Only a foolish immortal would create a progeny without taking precaution, and I'm no fool.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
A vampire? Is that what I have? What we are?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hags. No. You are now an echo, and that you shall remain.
So we are echoes. How can we identify us amongst other vampires?
How to put it? All echoes are vampires, but all vampires are not echoes. We are but a branch of the immortal tree.
Are you an echo too?
Yes, I am. We are the closest thing to what man refers to as vampires. Forget what you think you know about us.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of Souls?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London Vampire Society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently...
Celui-là, ah bah t'as raté un peu quand même. Elle expliquait pas mal de trucs là.
I take no pleasure in taking life.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Une vampirette. Une vampirette.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scab.
What type of vampire is a skull?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
Personne qui vient de mordre Bilek. Allez, KO. Allongé sur le lit, regarde.
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Skulls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
Okay.
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Nya. Bon, ouais, y a beaucoup de questions, mais la flemme. Ok.
I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Ah oui, oui, oui. Le sang de Razvan. Pourtant Razvan, genre j'ai voulu l'analyser tout à l'heure, mais ça marchait pas. Allez. Hop là. Et voilà, toc. Pas trop de questions. Trop, c'est trop. Nice. C'est pas du tout un schéma pour les mal de tête. Ça me fait chier, putain. Sérum d'endurance. D'accord. Qu'est-ce que je m'en fous.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Skulls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
Non, non, non. Chapitre 3, histoire de famille. Chiche. Je vais aller à la pharmacie, moi. De cause à effet. Alors, pharmacie. Aller vers là-bas. Attends. Where is it? Ah, dans les docks. Ah ah, ça c'est intéressant ça. Dans les docks. Ça faisait longtemps. Poplar. Où est-ce qu'on est là? Poplar, d'accord. Bonsoir, keep out. Ah ouais. Oh. Il y a des gens pas très cool. Pas très gentils. Pas trop accueillants surtout. Non, you don't see me. Hop là. Et voilà, toc. Du coup, je dois aller vers là-bas. En fait, c'est vraiment peuplard et peuplé de méchants pas beaux. Hop là. Tac. Je suis juste allé à la pharmacie et puis il y a plein de gens qui m'attaquent. Non mais c'est quoi ça, putain. Sans déconner. Les gens ils sont mal polis de nos jours. Hein. Ah. Oula, des scales pas trop sympas là-bas. Ah, ils ont l'air pas cool. Hein. Je viens de recevoir un message de Manon qui me propose qu'on soit mal poli. Bon, et ben je vais tenter ces scales, hein, écoute. Yay. J'ai réussi à l'avoir.
Opium is one of the main ingredients of Strickland's medication. Never a good move.
Codéine. Bien joué. Ouais. Attends, j'ai informé et non, c'est pas ça que je veux, c'est ça là. Voilà. Qu'est-ce qui s'est passé à... Ok. Ensuite. Bon bah go, on doit y aller hein. Où est-ce que je suis là? Ah, chargement, d'accord. Where am I? Pembroke Hospital. Non. Ah! Bonjour. Mes parents veulent que j'aille apporter des bananes en vélo. Hein? The fuck? Banane en vélo. Ferme ta gueule toi Mais il veut quoi lui? Mais tu veux quoi? Mais wesh. Putain, il a failli me mettre une bouillave là où je rêve hein.
So, Mr. Hooks and Nurse Hawkins are related. Those two have hidden their affections well.
Les apporter chez mes grands-parents. Ah. Des bananes. c'est quoi déjà ma mission là? Mais non mais... M'en fous de ça. Ah oui. Donc c'est Strickland, je sais pas quoi là. Faut que je les observe je crois. Hein. Ouais. Oui, ici. Regarde. Je crois que j'ai pas le choix. Bon bah, tout à l'heure. Hein. De toute façon, je vais arrêter le live, ouais, bah dans 10 minutes.
How can I be sure I'm not with your unconscious body in the house again?
Promise you you'll not find my unconscious body.
For God's sake, how can you say such a thing?
How can you refuse to listen? I tried to warn you for so long.
No, I won't let my only son die. You promised me you'd stay alive.
Your son lied to you, like the whole world lies to us.
Ça fait déjà 2 heures, oui, ça fait déjà 2 heures, ouais. Taureau Strickland. Alors, où est-ce qu'il est? Je dois le trouver. Swansea. Strickland. Sniff, ouais.
Good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to...
Non, je te mets des messages plus tard, oui.
That's quite a list you brought.
À plus tard.
Opium, sodium hypochlorite.
De toute façon, moi je regarde des vidéos ou un film ou je sais pas.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases, without success.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any
Bisous, je t'aime.
Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances and even help improve them.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
I want to know about these secret tests you run. And
Bisous.
if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our life, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
You have my support, Dr. Strickland. I know exactly what it feels like to battle an unknown disease, with only your mind and force of will to help.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. You don't know what that means to me.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him? Or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior. A man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. It's a biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak. But I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here, but it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
But the risk of infection using vampire blood could compound the situation.
I know, but your blood now carries remarkable regenerative properties. With our minds and your blood, there's nothing we couldn't cure.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. As I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it...
My sister.
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Ouais. C'est où? Tiens, dès que je suis pas du bon côté... Ah. Attends, je fais là... Ensuite tu fais ça, voilà. Parce que moi je suis perdu. Dès que je suis pas du bon côté de les marches là...
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Du permanganate de potassium à votre bureau médical. Oh mon dieu. Bon. Je vais dodo et ensuite on va arrêter le live. Tac. Bouclier de sang. Ouais. Quoi? Oh mon Dieu. Ils ont tous attrapé la fatigue. Fatigue, 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 fatigue sur fatigue. Il faut que je les soigne. Alors...
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Is there anything else that's bothering you? Can I help?
Et après j'arrête le live.
There's no one else asked me that since I got here. I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if my missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? I don't feel well out.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this, you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Je dois soigner tout le monde. C'est ma foi assez voilà quoi.
Good evening, Mr. Albert.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
Not really. I think I caught something in this bloody hospital. I swear I'm dead. Yet smiling inside, Dr. Reed.
As long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about it.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Albert. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, nurse?
I will be fine. As soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Serment d'Hippocrate. Hé hé. Je suis un trophy. Alors, où il est notre petit... voilà. Shaden.
Good evening, Dr. Lee. Such a pleasure to see you again. Do you need medical attention? Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company. Even if the quiet can be appreciated. Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidami.
Ah oui, il me faut aussi les médicaments là, enfin les résidus.
Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Please show me what you have to sell. Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
Moi il me faut pas des babioles, moi il me faut de... voilà.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. The flower's dying. It needs water. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
I have managed to improve the mixture by diluting it. Have you ever heard of Sir Joseph Francis Olive? Or the placebo effect?
No, I don't think so. Why?
A placebo is a substance or procedure that has no actual physical effect.
You made a placebo for my project. Why?
Research has established that a placebo, as long as the subject believes in the effect, can provoke a positive physiological reaction.
Ah oui.
That's fascinating. And you want me to, what, administer the placebo and see what occurs?
Something like that, yes.
Well, I'm a bit surprised, but I trust you, Dr. Reed. Please take the key to my cabinet and put this placebo there for future use.
Oh, thanks.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Putain, il m'a donné sa clé, frère. Oh, le mec, il me fait vraiment confiance, quoi. Je crois que c'est dans mon truc. Ouais. C'est ici, là, le truc que j'ai tenté d'ouvrir. C'est ça.
At least Strickland can't kill anyone with this formula. It's locked.
Ah merde. Tout est lock. Putain, fait chier ça. Et là, si je vais redormir pour voir les états des gens. Et après, j'arrête le live, hein, parce que du coup, je devais arrêter, mais j'ai fait des petits trucs pour les gens. Tac, level 13 en plus. Ah merde, c'est vrai que je les ai pas croisés. Je les ai pas croisés. Les deux là. Ah ouais, ça va sombrer dans l'hostile là, je crois. Névralgie. Lui, je peux le soigner. Fatigue. C'est marrant ça. Fatigue, que de la fatigue. The only disease. Il m'en faut beaucoup, hein. Parce que